There's a secret weapon in the world of attraction, and most men have no idea they're using it wrong. It's not about flowers, flattery, or flashy gestures. It's about planting a thought so powerful it lingers in her mind long after you've walked away. The right words, said the right way, can create obsession, mystery, and irresistible pull. What if one sentence could make her chase you? Not the other way around. What you're about to hear isn't just advice. It's strategy. It's psychology. And once you master this, you'll never see interactions the same way again. 1. There's something about you that I can't quite figure out. This compliment isn't just words. It's psychological warfare in the game of attraction. It taps into one of the most powerful forces in a woman's mind, the need to be understood. Most men throw out predictable compliments that are easy to process. You're gorgeous. You have a great smile. You're really fun to be around. Nice, sure. Memorable, not at all. But when you tell a woman there's something about you that I can't quite figure out, you're doing something completely different. You're placing mystery at the center of the interaction. You're making her question what it is about her that's pulling you in. And here's the genius of it. You're not telling her what makes her special. You're making her prove it to herself. Attraction isn't just about flattery. If that were the case, women would fall for every guy who called them beautiful. But they don't. Instead, they chase the people who make them feel something deeper. This compliment works because it, 1, makes her feel unique. Women don't want to be just another pretty face. They want to feel like they have something rare that sets them apart. 2, creates tension. You're showing interest but in a way that keeps her guessing. 3, engages her emotions. She'll start analyzing what makes her different in your eyes, which means she's already investing in the interaction. The way you say this matters. If you just throw it out there with no energy, it won't land. The trick is to pause, act like you're genuinely thinking, and let it slip out naturally. For example, you're talking and she says something interesting. You pause, look at her and say, you know, there's something about you I can't quite figure out. You're out together and she does something unexpected. Instead of just reacting, you lean in slightly and say, you're not like most people I meet, but I can't figure out why. The moment you say this, watch what happens. She'll get hooked. Her body language will shift. Her curiosity will spark, and she'll want to know exactly what you mean. And here's the real trick. Don't explain it right away. Let her wonder. Let her try to prove herself to you. The more you leave unanswered, the more she'll chase that validation. Most compliments close the conversation. If you say you have beautiful eyes, she'll just say thanks. And that's the end of it. But this opens a loop in her mind. She won't just brush it off. She'll start analyzing your words, replaying them later, wondering what it is that makes her different in your eyes. And the moment she starts thinking about you when you're not around, that's when attraction turns into obsession. This is how you make a woman feel seen but not completely understood, because the second she feels like she's figured you out, the game is over. Use this wisely, because once you drop this line, she'll never see you the same way again. 2. I feel like there's a side of you that most people never get to see. This isn't just a compliment. It's a key that unlocks her mind. Most men try to impress women with shallow flattery. You're so beautiful. You're really funny. I love your vibe. And while these might earn a polite smile, they won't make her feel anything. But this compliment sneaks past her defenses. It makes her stop and think. It makes her wonder, what does he see in me that others don't? And the moment she starts wondering that, you're no longer just some guy. You're the one who understands her in a way no one else does. Women spend their lives being judged on the surface. Their looks, their attitude, their social presence. Everything about them is constantly on display. But deep down, every woman craves one thing: to be understood beyond the image she presents to the world. This compliment hits different because it tells her, 1, she's more than what people see. You're recognizing something deeper than just her appearance or personality. 2, you're not like other guys. You're not just seeing the version of her that everyone else sees. You're seeing something more. 3, she now now wants to prove you right. If you suggest she has a hidden side, she'll unconsciously start revealing more of herself to you. This creates a powerful shift in interaction. Instead of you trying to impress her, she starts wanting to impress you. The key to making this work: it has to feel genuine. If you just throw it out randomly, it won't land. But if you time it right, when she shares something personal, when she opens up, or when she does something unexpected, it will hit her on a deep level. Here's how to say it. She reveals something about her past, something she doesn't usually talk about. You pause for a moment, then say, "I feel like there's a side of you most people never get to see." You're hanging out and she lets her guard down. Maybe she laughs in a way that feels unfiltered. You smirk and say, "I don't think most people get to see this version of you." She does something completely out of character, and you catch her in the moment. You look at her and say, "This is interesting. I bet people don't realize this about you." The key here is the pause, the slight moment of hesitation before you say it. That moment makes her feel like you're truly noticing something unique about her. Why this works better than a simple compliment. A regular compliment tells a woman something she already knows. She's beautiful. She's heard it. She's funny. So have 100 other guys. But this compliment makes her question what you see in her. And when she starts trying to figure that out, she's already becoming more emotionally invested in you. It plants a seed in her mind, one that makes her want to open up to you more, to show you the parts of herself she hides from the world. And that's what makes her obsessed. 3. I can't decide if you're trouble or if you're exactly what I need. This isn't just a compliment. It's a psychological trap. Most guys compliment a woman in a way that puts her in control. "You're so amazing. I love your energy. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever met." These statements place her on a pedestal, making her the one who gets to decide whether or not she's interested. But this flips the script entirely. Now she's the one who's uncertain. Now she's the one who has to figure out where she stands with you. And the moment a woman starts questioning whether she's trouble or exactly what you need, she's already hooked. This compliment works because it creates two things women can't resist: intrigue and tension. 1. It makes her feel dangerous and exciting. Women love to feel like they have a certain power over a man, but only if it's a challenge. This compliment suggests that she's unpredictable, that she has the ability to shake up your world, and that makes her want to prove it. 2. It creates a push-pull dynamic. By saying you can't decide, you're showing interest while also keeping a bit of emotional distance. You're not falling for her instantly. You're still figuring her out, and that makes her want to win you over. 3. It sparks curiosity. The moment you say this, she's going to wonder, what does he mean? Why can't he decide? And once she starts thinking about you like that, you're already living rentrée in her mind. This is the exact kind of compliment that leaves her thinking about you long after you've said it. This line works best when there's already a little bit of flirtation and playful tension. It should feel like a natural response to something she's said or done, something that makes her feel unpredictable. Here's how to use it. She teases you saying something playful or challenging. You smirk, lean in slightly and say, "I can't tell if you're trouble or exactly what I need." She does something bold. Maybe she's teasing the bartender, making a sarcastic remark, or doing something unexpected. You give her a slow look and say, "I feel like you're going to be dangerous for me." She surprises you with an insight you didn't expect. Instead of just nodding, you tilt your head. Give her a curious look and say, "I don't know whether to run from you or spend more time figuring you out." The key: your tone. Say it slowly. Let there be a hint of mystery in your voice. Make it sound like you're genuinely intrigued. If you deliver it too quickly, it will sound rehearsed. But if you say it with the right balance of curiosity and challenge, it will make her feel like she's different from every other woman you've met. A typical compliment makes a woman feel good, but this one makes her feel wanted and mysterious at the same time. It forces her into a new frame of mind, one where she's suddenly not the one in control of the interaction. Now she has to wonder, why does he think I'm trouble? Why can't he decide if I'm good for him? What does he mean by this? And the moment she starts wondering about those things, she's chasing your approval instead of the other way around. This is how you flip the script. This is how you make a woman feel curious, excited, and intrigued all at once. And most importantly, this is how you make her want you. Here are some audience reactions after reading this news. In the realm of human connection and emotional communication, one powerful element is often overlooked: the psychological impact behind a well-delivered compliment. Not all compliments are created equal. When timed right and delivered with intention, a compliment can stir deep emotions and create a connection far stronger than any physical gesture. Take for example the phrase, "There's something about you I can't quite figure out." This isn't just flattery, it's a subtle psychological strategy that taps into one of the deepest desires in a woman's mind: the desire to be understood. Most men tend to rely on predictable, surface-level compliments like, "You're beautiful," or "I love your smile." Sure, those might earn a polite thank you, but they're forgettable. They don't provoke thought, emotion, or any sense of mystery. But when you say, "There's something about you I can't quite figure out," you introduce an element of the unknown. You're not declaring what makes her special, you're suggesting that even you haven't fully grasped it yet. And that in itself is magnetic. This subtle shift changes the entire dynamic of the interaction. Now, she's not just being complimented, she's being invited into a space of curiosity and emotional investment. She starts to wonder, what does he see in me? What makes me stand out? Why can't he figure it out? And the moment she starts asking those questions, she's already thinking about you more than she realizes. This kind of compliment works for several reasons. First, it makes her feel unique, not just pretty, but interesting, complex, and rare. Second, it introduces a sense of tension. You're expressing interest, but you're not putting all your cards on the table. That uncertainty keeps her engaged. Third, it stirs emotion. She starts to analyze what makes her different in your eyes, and in doing so, she starts emotionally investing in the interaction. But here's the key: how you deliver this matters. If you blurt it out flatly, it loses its power. The secret lies in your tone, timing, and authenticity. Imagine you're having a meaningful conversation, and she says something that surprises you. You pause, look at her for a moment, and with a thoughtful expression, you say, "You know, there's something about you I can't quite figure out." Or maybe you're out together and she reacts in an unexpected way. You lean in slightly and say with a smirk, "You're not like most people I meet, but I can't figure out why." This technique does more than compliment her. It opens a psychological loop. Unlike the usual compliments that close the conversation, this one invites her to stay in the moment, to explore the mystery, and to seek validation. She won't just brush it off. She'll replay those words later, wondering what you meant, what you saw, and what she can reveal to prove your intuition right. The same principle applies to a second line: "I feel like there's a side of you that most people never get to see." Again, this isn't ordinary flattery. It bypasses her social defenses and hits something deeper. Women, especially those who are often judged by appearance, behavior, or social roles, crave to be seen for who they really are, not just how they present themselves to the world. When you use this compliment thoughtfully, you're telling her that you see beyond the mask, beyond the filtered version of her personality. You're suggesting that there's something more, something she may not even share with others. And now, she's intrigued. Why do you see this hidden side? What gave you that impression? What part of her did she accidentally reveal? She'll want to open up more, to show you that you were right, to let you see the deeper version of herself. This changes the dynamic entirely. Instead of you trying to win her over, she now begins to reveal more, to draw you in, to prove that you truly understand her. That shift, from being impressed by her to her wanting to impress you, is subtle, but incredibly powerful. And again, timing is everything. Wait for the moment she shares something vulnerable, honest, or unexpected. Then say, "I feel like most people don't get to see this version of you." Pause, let it sink in, let her feel seen in a way she rarely experiences. That's when she starts opening doors in her mind that most people never get close to. Then comes the third compliment, one of the most clever psychological switches: "I can't decide if you're trouble, or exactly what I need." This isn't just playful, It's strategic. Most compliments elevate a woman and give her control over the interaction. "You're so amazing," or "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever met." A nice but place her on a pedestal. She now gets to decide if you're worth her time. But when you say, "I can't decide if you're trouble," or "exactly what I need," you flip the script. You create a sense of emotional tension. Now you are uncertain. You're the one deciding, evaluating, wondering. And that, paradoxically, makes her want to prove that she's both dangerous and irresistible. This compliment works on 3 levels. First, it makes her feel like a challenge, not just someone who is passively admired. Second, it engages her sense of play and danger. She feels powerful, unpredictable, and exciting. Third, it sparks curiosity. She wants to know why you see her this way, what part of her feels like trouble, and why she could possibly be what you need. Delivered at the right moment, this line lingers in her mind. If she teases you playfully, challenge her back with a smirk and the line. If she says something bold or sarcastic, raise an eyebrow and say it slowly. If she surprises you with an unexpected insight, pause and lean in. I don't know whether to run from you or spend the rest of the night figuring you out. The pacing, the tone, the eye contact, they all matter. It needs to feel spontaneous, genuine, and laced with just enough mystery to keep her hooked. What makes all 3 of these lines so effective is that they break the usual pattern of flattery. They don't just make her feel good. They make her think. They make her wonder. And most importantly, they make her invest. When a woman starts analyzing your words, replaying them, and trying to uncover the mystery you've created, you're no longer just a man who complimented her. You become the man she can't stop thinking about. These compliments work not because they tell her what she wants to hear, but because they hint at something deeper, something unsaid. And in that unsaid space lies the true power of emotional attraction. Use them wisely, and always with authenticity, because once you tap into this level of psychological engagement, you're no longer just flirting. You're creating an experience she won't forget. Thank you for watching. Do you enjoy Stoic Path? If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.